the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. Now the earth was formless and empty. Darkness was over the surface of the deep, and the Spirit of God was hovering over the waters. And God said, "Let there be light," and there was light. God saw that the light was good, and he separated the light from the darkness. God called the light day, and the darkness he called night. And there was evening, and there was morning, the first day.
Hello, yo Flurfs, how you all doing? Glad you could make it. Thank you all for coming. We do have in the house Michael Kahn, PJ Cruikshank, Ryan S, and Dislord. How are you guys doing?
Hello.
Good.
Doing fine.
Hope you guys are doing well. I hear me in the background.
Doing well, thank you.
Yes, you did.
Yeah.
YouTube was messing hard with me.
So yeah, it's good to be here. If you guys are wondering where's my stream from last night, I took it down. I had 20 copyright claims, and I wasn't in the mood to just, fight them all. So I just said, what the heck, let's take the stream down, because it wasn't really important. It was just having fun. So, but it's good to have everybody. Yeah, mate. Thank you guys all for coming.
God damn it, it messed again. Wait a second.
But yeah, it's good to have everybody here. Since
They don't waste no time, do they?
Yeah, since the Globers had their chance last night to come present Globe evidence or the proof, and they weren't able to do so, maybe we should show them how it's done, correct? We can discuss what the reasons for the flat earth is and maybe show some proofs of why it's flat. I think that might be a good idea. So, yeah, hope you guys are liking my new retro theme going on here. I think I like it a bit, just something of a bit of a change. But it's good to have you guys all here, and it's good to see you guys. Okay, I'm going to say hi to everyone in the chat quickly, because it's good to see so much people in. So we got PJ Cruikshanks, Hop Much, whatever his name is again. Michael Kahn, thank you for coming. Groovy, thank you for coming. As Groovy just keeps trolling the chat as usual. Ryan S, thank you for coming. Glenn Selsh, what's up, mate? Charlie Welsh, hello. Glad you could make it. Fluff Checker, what's up, man? Thank you for coming. Debatable D, great to see you. And by the way, that statement you made there, Debatable D, there was a time when men still heard, watched and spoke. Now there are those that speak without seeing and hear without listening. These men watch in self-gratitude as the machines on. Sounds like projection from the Globers, by the way. Just had to point out. Aye.
It's always projection for them, always.
And then we got Pete Doc, thank you for coming, mate. Glad you could make it. And then Yannick Dazinger, what's up, man? It's good to see you too. Jeff Gassep, good to see you too. Northern Rebellion, hello. We got 21 Truth, which is Dislord's clone. Glad you could make it.
Yeah, it's good to see him.
And SI Man. So, what do you guys think about the poll?
I think it's about right.
Yeah, why the Globe has no proof presented?
They were a no-brainer.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Which one did you guys choose? Because it's just fantasy. That's the one I chose.
Yeah, I chose because it's just fantasy.
I did too.
Weird. I did. It was a hard choice, but I just went with it. I just closed my eyes and just clicked. Yeah.
but yeah, I mean, last night we had a stream and it was quite a fun stream. But as I said, we had to take it off. It was the opportunity for the Globers to come and present their Globe proof or evidence or whatever they want.
Mm-hmm.
Sad to say, no one took the opportunity as usual. So it's weird how it's supposed to be a fact that it's a globe, yet we don't get any takers to come present this fact.
Yeah, nobody can come in and tell us about the facts that they know about, that we don't know about. Yeah.
Exactly. So tonight is the flat earth side. I think I will want to start off with what made you see that it's flat, first of all.
Mine's were simple. I mean, when it back 2015, when the 200 proofs, I can't remember which video it was first, but it was definitely the simple thing of the the horizon being straight and boats not going over the curve. They come back into view. That was the first thing for me.
Probably Eric de Beira.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
But it's
Eric de Beer for me, water not curving.
Yeah, that's it.
Mhm. But I mean,
Yeah, I watched some Eric de Beira.
But what I find interesting is when we try and reason on evidence, we use the earth, correct? The thing we stand upon.
Yeah.
We're not looking to the sky in imaginary Narnia and say, you see, therefore globe.
Yeah, that's it.
Or making up mathematical constructs around what we assume our model to be. Hey Lumpy Gas, good to see you. Jamie C Level, awesome video, mate. Had to say, it was great.
Next video is in it, like I loved it.
I mean, I can't believe it. It only has 5 subscribers. So, I mean, that's insane. Guys, I did post it in my community post. Do go there and click on Jamie C. Level's video and subscribe to him. Because if that's what he starts off with, I think his channel's got a bright future. Really great editing, mate. But thank you for coming. It's good to see you. So, yeah. I think also to me it was the fact that perspective is actually demonstratable on a flat surface to show what we see, and to me I'm not able to show any demonstrated claims for a globe, because every time you ask anything for a globe claim, it's have faith, just believe me, just trust me, you know what I mean? Gas pressure without containment. Oh, but look at the sky. So they're just having faith that the sky is a sky vacuum that doesn't have need containment for gas pressure, even though it goes against every gas law in existence, against natural law.
No, it's only because you don't understand the globe.
Hey, thank you, Lumpy Gas in a Vacuum. Thank you very much for your $10 super chat. Really, really appreciate it, mate. You rock. You really, really are awesome. Yeah, there's the link for Jamie C's channel. Please do click on it and subscribe to him. Hey, Missing Research, good to see you. By the way, Missing Research actually did a small scale demonstration of Earth curve today.
Ooh.
Yeah, he actually did one, which I was really impressed because we never get it for the globe side. So Missing Research, shout out to you, mate. Really appreciate it. And HL, what's up, man? Good to see you too. Your limit census tells you the Earth is flat. No, observation and measurement tells us it's flat. Titan Long, thank you for coming, mate. Good to see you. Thank you for your 5 gift memberships. Really, really appreciate it. You rock. Missy says, Flatzoid, I'm not a rugby guy, but watching the rugby as well. I'm not a rugby guy at all. Not anymore. I used to be a big sports fan, but these days it's more... Nah, it doesn't bother me. Tomorrow they play this game again, so it's not going to change anything for me. But yeah, it's good to see you. Thank you for coming, and I appreciate you having the time to come and watch, even though you're watching the rugby. Okay, so yeah, like I said, with the gas pressure, or how about when we say, okay, but why are we able to see so far? Then they go and say, oh, it's just not physical. It's physical, but it's not physical because of refraction. So in other words, it's an optical physicality. Which is really, yeah, it's a contradiction in terms.
Yeah.
Well, it's like that little convo we had with Groovy earlier on.
Yeah.
The guy's still claiming Horizon's Earth curve, like even when it's defined as being optical.
Yeah, the word itself says it's straight as well.
It's just a case of look, see, and assume.
That's right.
But what about like when we had Rachel on talking, and she was talking about the black swan? She conceded it's just optical.
Yeah.
So if it's always optical, it's not a physical curve.
Exactly. How can boats be obscured by the horizon that's optical?
And the horizon's behind the boat.
Exactly.
It's impossible. Hey, Carl Alpo, good to see you, mate. Thank you for coming. Yeah, it's just nonsensical. Anyway, I saw a new channel that I found out tonight. It was actually quite a good video. He hasn't got a lot of videos on his channel. He's just recently started. David Mills. The Truth About the Starlink Skytrains.
Ah,
It's
okay.
actually very good. But there's a where it's talk about it being balloons and all this. I'm just scared to show all of it because of stuff that he's showing on there. But you see, he hasn't got much videos on his channel. He's got enough, but 6 years ago. Okay, so it's not new. But he's got good. I wanted to watch this, The Bride of Christ, Flat Earth 2. That's got good. But the Sky Trains is what I saw tonight, and it's actually not bad at all. I'm gonna send his. Yeah.
Ryan,
I just sub to Jamie.
Awesome.
good.
I hope other people did too.
Yeah,
I'm just
please do,
laughing.
guys.
I'm just laughing at Ryan calling Carol Apple Karen.
Carl, synonymous Carl. Carl
Carl.
Apple.
Well, dang it! Somebody ought to pronounce it right for me. I don't know these things.
But I told David Mills I'm going to give him a shout out for his channel, and I'm going to show some of it tonight. There's his link. If you guys haven't already subscribed to him, please do. Shout out to David Mills and let him know. I'd let you guys know about his channel. Please, please, please.
Okay.
Anyway, Helltech
Subscribe.
Industries. Good to see. Yeah, really good. So we're going to watch some of this. This is proof that they don't use satellites, guys, that they use high altitude balloons, which already is a strike against the globe, correct?
Yeah.
Aye.
Why would they need balloons if they have satellites in space?
The orbit. They don't need anything to keep them afloat, you know?
Exactly. Okay. But this is actually very good. Tell me if you guys can hear anything.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Santa's reindeer.
Yeah. What makes it so long like that?
It's a bunch of different satellites.
That's why I was wondering. What, are they all syncing up or something?
So, because it's just after launch, they're all still pretty close together.
Right.
But over time, they'll progressively get further and further apart from each other.
Wow, that's weird.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
I have to point out something to HL quickly. He says, why would 500 years of science, not 500 years of science, pseudoscience, lie to us about the Earth is a globe? Does that not make sense? Okay, how about all the... What was that cult members where the guy caused everyone to drink arsenic and die?
Yeah, that was Whit. Was that Whit? That was Jim Jones.
Jim Jones, yeah. Okay, how many people fell for his lie? Why did he have to lie to them?
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
weird.
How
Yeah.
about to hide God, HL? How about for money reasons, HL?
Could be. Money reasons for hiding God. Remember, as the Bible says, the earth is Satan's world. He's
Yeah.
the God of this world, guys. And we do not fight against flesh and blood, but against powers and principalities. Hey, Jeff Gasshead. Hey, Richard G. Good to see you guys. Thank you for coming. So it's very... Northern Rebellion. Come on to Discord and show me your satellites. Exactly. They first have to prove to us you can violate the second law of thermodynamics for them to have their satellites. It should be a curved line, but it's not. Anthony, good to see you, mate.
Yeah, how high are they and how far would that line
But
the satellite?
this is also
how
going to be
long would
spoken about. Exactly, but this is also going to be spoken about. Look at this. Look at the angular size of these things, by the way, guys.
Yeah.
And look at what they're claiming the height to be. It's
Yeah.
insane.
Wow. It's like a caterpillar up there.
That's perfectly straight. Look at that.
Put this on a tripod.
Many have seen or heard of this. According to Starlink, it's called a sky train.
In the first half of 2020, the internet was flooded with reports of strange lights in the sky.
Yep.
These were a new flavour of UFO, chains of up to 60 bright lights marching across the sky in eerie silence. Some people thought they were meteors because of how bright they were, but they were moving too slowly and too regularly for your average shooting star.
Yep.
Some thought they were planes, but they seemed too far up.
Have you guys seen this actually in the sky?
I haven't.
I've seen them when they've been a bit further spread apart.
Yeah, yeah.
And I can honestly say with naked eye that sometimes they look like they're wobbling like they are balloons.
Uh-huh. Exactly. I've also seen them when they're further
But
spread
then,
apart.
though, there's some that do 90-degree turns. They can't be balloons.
Yeah, but I've
Don't
only
know
seen
what.
them where it's like at like very late at night. You know, like when the sun's supposed to be on the other side of the Earth, where it's not even supposed to get any light on them, and yet you're able to see them.
And
It's really odd.
I think I've seen them at
Wait, there's a
daytime.
side?
Yeah. So again,
Mm.
Michael.
I said I think I've seen them in daytime as well. Like glinting.
Wow.
Yeah. Like they just appear and disappear.
Like
Well, I think
glistening.
I've
Yeah.
seen that in daytime as well.
That's weird.
Following huge arcs across the sky. They didn't have the flashing lights that are a giveaway for planes either. And some, inevitably, thought they were a neatly marching line of alien spacecraft. What else could produce such a regular chain of lights
That's gotta
but an
be you.
approaching extraterrestrial invasion force? Well, spacecraft they are.
Let me guess. Wiki was mine. Flat decider. I was not a troll ever, but I just didn't get it right away. It was the 200 proofs that opened my eyes, but initially I was no way it's flat. It took time. Yeah, some people take time. Me, it was quite a quick transition because I was like, yeah, that just makes sense.
Yeah.
And
same as
then, yeah, the more I looked into it, I was like, okay, yeah, no, it's definitely not a globe. And I've never looked back once.
But alien they are not.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, they're part of a brand new enterprise by SpaceX
Ooh.
to bring broadband internet to the entire globe. They call
Did
it
you say
Starlink.
enterprise?
Look at that. 550 kilometers up, guys.
Yeah, and we can see that light.
Okay, now look at that.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you know, what's the size of these so-called
It
satellites?
looks so real, it must be fake.
Yeah, but I mean, think about what's the size of these things, though?
About the size of a bus, isn't it? Half size
Yeah,
of a bus.
about a bus, yeah. Are you going to see a bus at 500 kilometers away?
They're not that big, are they?
No, about half a bus.
Depends on how bright it is.
It's crazy.
Can't you Google it? How big's a Starlink?
Yeah, let's quickly check.
I don't think they're that big, like a couple of meters, I'd say. Something.
Mass 7 meters. It's only 7 meters.
Told you.
That's
Seven,
crazy.
so
It's a
it's
bus. It's not even a
No.
bus.
Yeah, about
No, it's a
three-quarters of a
bus.
bus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a booth.
It's a booth. Yeah.
A bus.
Should we look at the angular size from 7 meters? What is the furthest you can see a 7-meter object? Let's try and look at that way. You're gonna be able to see it. Okay, that's not gonna work.
They're not going to give you what you're looking for.
Yeah,
They're going to
actually-
keep showing you planet stuff.
This is not the droid you're looking for. We actually have to look for the angular. What's that triangle called? The calculator. Angular size calculator. There we go. Okay.
L-Tech, get a grip.
What do you want
And
to
get
sell
lost.
for? We want to sell for angle, correct? Yeah. So distance is 550 kilometers. The size, we have to do this in kilometers as well. So what is 7 meters in kilometers? Wow.
0.0.
0.007.
0.07,
0.007. Okay.
Yeah.
0.007. Calculate. That's the degrees. 7.2.
7.2. Yeah.
That's quite big though, isn't it? Is that right? Something's wrong here.
Right.
Because that is 550 kilometers. Oh wait, that's in 7 meters in kilometer. Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, and I think what's your maximum for the eyes that you can see? Smallest. 0.3 milliradians, yeah, 1 arc minute. So that's 7.2. That's much larger than what you're supposed to be able to see. But that doesn't make sense to me. Anyway, let's see. 10 to the minus 4 flats. Okay.
Each point of light is an individual satellite, orbiting about 300 kilometers above the Earth. Each satellite is surprisingly small, just the size of a dinner table. But it has flat, shiny surfaces.
Wait. Size of a dinner table. So it's not 7 meters. It probably means the solar panel is 7 meters, correct?
Yeah, maybe the span. Yeah, the span of it would be 7 meters.
Let's see. Then we would say it's not. Sorry, it would more like be 2 meters then.
Yeah, the middle part. If the panels were in.
So it would be under. It will be 2.8. So you should be able to see it then as well, correct? That's what it's saying.
But panel that's reflecting.
The panel, yeah. I don't think you would see a table, let alone a bus, at 500 kilometers away. No. I mean, you can stick a building and go 500 kilometers away and you can't see the building.
Solar panels that reflect sunlight, so we can see them when conditions are right. But reflective satellites in orbit above the Earth are nothing new. In fact, there are already more than 2,500 above our heads right now. So why do the...
I'm not sure how long we're going to go on with English because I do have work tomorrow. But yeah, if I don't see you again, enjoy the rugby, mate. Thanks for popping by. I really appreciate you coming in. Hey, Spuddy, what's up?
Starlink satellites look so strange. Well, SpaceX's vision for Starlink is ultimately to have at least 12,000 satellites swooping around the Earth.
So they must have to time that perfectly when they're doing missions and stuff.
But
going up the ISS and that.
But don't you think what's odd about this? Look at the paths they're taking the so-called 12,000th one up. Why is it missing Antarctica?
Exactly.
You would think they would just let it go over Antarctica as well, correct?
Mm-hmm.
But they're not letting it go around it. Sort of like if it was a flat Earth and Antarctica would be around the Earth, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Like it can only go that far. That's what I'm seeing here.
It's like
since May 2019.
It's like it doesn't go past a certain parallel.
Mm-hmm.
And they can't say, oh, but we're just saving fuel or whatever, because the thing doesn't run on fuel. It's falling constantly, so it's free energy, guys.
Yeah.
The satellites have been launched 60 at a time on board the company's reusable Falcon 9 rockets. Once they're above the atmosphere, about 290 kilometers up, the payload is jettisoned from the rocket.
I've actually seen some of these. Have you seen when they show this footage sometime? How fake it looks. It looks like stop motion. Yeah, it looks like stop motion or CGI even. Yeah. You can literally look at this, even the still. Look at that. That looks. I know it's compressed now, so it looks almost articulated like CGI kind of thing. But I've seen it where it looks. You can see it's not real. It's impossible. It doesn't even match the resolution between that. It doesn't even match with the backdrop they got on.
The package of 60 satellites is sent on its merry way. But to provide an even...
See what I'm saying? Look at that. Leaving that gap totally open. Why? Why can't they just make it, have its normal orbital path?
Helltech, nobody says Starlink's fake. They said it's not in space.
And it's not a satellite.
And it's not a satellite.
I'm calling Helltech out. He says he works with this stuff, but yeah, it's a brand new channel, 2-year-old, no content on it. I'm calling him out.
Well,
liar.
Helltech, since you claim
I'll get in and prove it.
Well, yeah, come prove it to us.
Yeah, I'll put the link in.
Tony Whitcomb, good to see you, mate. He says, love the multiple choice poll. Took me 5 minutes to pick one. Well, I think you also picked because it's just fantasy, correct?
Links there, Helltech, if you want to tell us about your amazing work.
So you'll have pictures and stuff like
Yeah, you'd actually show us real satellites, correct? Okay.
coverage of the
Flurf Checker says no customers. Customers don't matter if a thing's falling around. It's all linked together, remember? So you would want to link the whole globe. And what about the Mercator? What? What's that?
Mercator.
No,
Mercator.
the science lab in Antarctica.
Oh,
The
right.
I always struggle to say it. Mercator.
Merkaba?
That one. Whatever. They got people, scientists on Antarctica. Wouldn't they want to use Starlink? Or what about the ships that's on the outskirts of Antarctica? I mean, come on. Altic is hidden by Michael Kahn. What did he make an excuse, Michael?
Yeah, he did. He said
He comes to laugh at all.
Comes to laugh at
read it out.
Okay, so in other words, he's a liar, guys, because...
You think I waste my free time on this, guys? Well, you are in chat complaining. Nah, I'm at work and getting paid to laugh at you guys. Well, if you're at work, get some work done.
Yeah.
And you won't be commenting here anymore.
Exactly. McMurdo. There we go, Spuddy. Thank you. But like I say, there's a lot of people that would love to use Starlink, and because it's falling around, it doesn't need to require to worry about using fuel or anything. So it makes sense that it would just take a single orbital path. But now they have to use a specific orbital path now to miss Antarctica for some odd reason? Really odd.
the Earth. Each satellite has to be put on a very specific orbit. And that's where the SkyTrain comes in. Because for the first few months after they're launched, the satellites stay in a kind of holding pattern, a graceful conga across the skies. Gradually, they use their onboard ion engines to thrust into a new orbit, to raise their altitude to 550 kilometers above the surface, and to spread out into the proper position.
That's the official narrative. Now let's punch holes in the narrative and expose this deception. According to SpaceX, once the rocket is above the atmosphere, the payload of satellites are jettisoned about 300 kilometers up. That would be approximately the distance from Toronto to Kingston, Ontario. Remember that they are about the size of a kitchen table.
Yeah, so it's 1.8 meters. We said 2 meters. Yeah.
Yeah. Spud
At
just
that
said in that last pic that even Scotland's not covered in that pic.
They would resemble a grain of sand, not 60 individual lights.
That's true.
This video was taken from a high-altitude balloon called a super-pressure balloon. The horizon appears curved due to a fisheye lens. We will talk about super-pressure balloons in a moment.
Fisheye lens, eh?
The old fisheye.
I've got to ask you something though. Look at down on the ground there. Look at those grids. Okay, those are probably roads and stuff.
Yeah.
Can anybody see even a house there?
No.
Or
It looks like fields.
It's a very small earth with that curve anyway. I mean, if that's just a town, you know what I mean? Tell you what, we live in a small earth.
I mean, this is not even
Like Pontchartrain Earth.
This is not even a quarter way up of where they claim to be the Starlink.
No. Earth would be so tiny.
But I wanted you to notice the ground. This is from almost 23 kilometers up. You cannot make out a bus from that altitude, let alone a kitchen table.
There we go.
That's it.
I mean, one of these clouds is huge, correct?
Yeah.
Look how small the cloud looks, and that's much higher as well. You're not able to see anything down there. And this is at 23 kilometers. Now, they're claiming the satellite to be at 550 kilometers or at 300 kilometers. And it's the size of a table or the size of a bus.
Yeah, they got that good zoom, you know.
Wow.
And you see at the back where the curve is, you can see a cloud protruding up towards the darker part. I mean, that must be some size to be obscuring that line there. Do you know what I mean? It's ridiculous.
Now add another 256 kilometers to this height. Your eyes simply cannot see that far. Yet Starlink continues with this masquerade.
I 100% agree. Well done, David. That alone shows that Starlink is fake.
It's like that right old video, you know, with a football pitch when they're talking about ISS and they colour it in red and then zoom out.
Yeah, and they I think they used as reference to one of the lakes. And showed you can't even see the lake, and the lake is how much bigger than the ISS. And this is in a high altitude balloon, which is also not at 400 kilometers high. It's crazy.
It's a joke, isn't it?
As for reflection, even if the globe model is real, like they are pretending, these satellites are only 300 kilometers up. The sun would be on the opposite side of the Earth. In fact, they would be in Earth's shadow. There is simply no sunlight to reflect. None.
Uh-oh.
Problem now.
So there's already 2 strikes for the globe, guys. So, evidence for flat Earth, guys, because they're lying about the so-called Starlink. So, 2 strikes for the globe, 2 ticks for flat Earth.
And they're doing well. They're doing.
The question still remains. If they are not satellites, what are they?
Ooh, that's easy. Balloons.
I'd rather have a science balloon than a science satellite. With a balloon, there's no need for rockets. To get a satellite to hover over the same spot on Earth, geostationary orbit, you have to be 36,000 kilometers away, too far to use some sensors, like radar. A balloon can sit 1,000 times closer, in the stratosphere, 30 to 40 kilometers above the Earth, and still be above 99% of the atmosphere with clear views of the stars or wide panoramas of Earth. You can bring down...
Did the calculator you suggest you could see them at the size and eyes? Yes, apparently, but I'm not sure if I did it wrong or not, if I did something wrong. But, I don't think you should see that at all. There's something wrong with that. For what it's worth, SAS-21, Tonga, I can't see. I just see hearts in front of me at halftime.
Halftime.
But I'm sure they'll be Tonga anyway, so... Well, we got some of the math boffins like Where's Wally and stuff that love to do the maths. Maybe they can tell us, would it be angular size possible to see Starlink? How's that?
Who cares? The best at proving space.
Yep.
Anyway.
On a balloon, tinker with onboard scientific equipment, and then launch again. Satellites, not so much. Cost is also a factor. NOAA's 4 new geostationary weather satellites are estimated to cost $11 billion.
And then you tell us, what do they gain again, guys? What's an injection of $11 billion into a company?
It's a lot.
Whereas a balloon flight might cost just a few $100,000.
There you go.
Yeah. To do the same job, correct?
NASA's been flying balloons for a long time.
Since the 1950s, yeah. I think it was the 1940s.
I mean, if you're talking about a government and all, what if they can do it for cheaper, they're gonna do.
Always. Show me a government that would do it more expensive just for the heck of it.
Well, America.
They say it's more expensive than that. They do.
I hate to admit that, but I think it might be true.
You've seen the Scotch tape and all that plastic and all that tinfoil on the lunar lander. Do you know what I mean? And that shows how much they spent.
They say, remember, it's easy to say we've spent $1 billion on a zip tie, and they just went to buy an ordinary zip tie and just stick a NASA logo on it. You know what I mean? So, oh no, we got this company to research and do zip ties for us. You know,
it's a designer logo.
Yeah, you know what I mean. But in the meantime, it's just a subsidiary company that's making money off of getting a tender, which didn't really do sweet bugger all. Because can anybody tell me what kind of material we have on Earth that's able to withstand those temperatures and harsh environment? There isn't.
We don't, I don't think.
We don't have, exactly.
Definitely not tin foil.
Nope. And this is them going through the space vacuum that's supposedly violating the second law of thermodynamics in the first place. So.
Yeah.
And we saw what happens when you stick plastic into a vacuum chamber. It gets very brittle.
But without any steering capabilities, they drift in the wind across continents. Now, private industry is getting in the balloon game, with new technologies that are enabling balloons to hover over one spot. These balloons rise and fall in the stratosphere, catching countervailing breezes that allow them to stay roughly in the same place. What can a balloon with a scientific payload do? It can look down at the Earth, checking on storms or animal migration.
Uh-oh. Did you hear that?
Yeah.
Looking down at storms, like weather systems. Uh-oh. So Dave McKeegan, when you show pictures of weather systems and saying, oh, but it's satellite imagery. Uh-oh. Could it just be balloons?
Well, look how many, there's hundreds of thousands of weather balloons getting launched all the time.
All the time. And I mean, they've got it right to get balloons staying up there for like a half a year.
I got one out in my garden, There's one right over here.
But I mean, they've perfected so much they can get.
Wait, what did he say?
Got
He
one
said he
in
got
his
one in your garden.
It's taking off soon.
It can look out into space, peering at the surface of the sun or collecting cosmic rays. It can even do things in the stratosphere, like studying how ice crystals could reflect sunlight and cool the planet.
Look,
A
balloons.
balloon stable enough to use a telescope. Gyroscopes can help keep a platform pointed at its target, even as it sits in a twisting gondola. But this isn't an ad for scientific balloons.
He's looking at you, kid.
There are a few caveats.
Exactly.
For example, while satellites last for years, the longest balloon flights have been a few months. And what goes up needs to come down, so most balloons come with parachutes that can bring their payloads down gently.
Yeah, so they'll be able to get it up again. Notice, guys, why is
He said, get it up.
Why is NASA one of the largest users in helium? Really odd.
I have a better question. If they're going up there to the top of wherever it is that we live, right? Why can't they just get helium while they're up there and bring it back down?
Yeah, why do they?
All you gotta do is compress it. I mean, come on, all you gotta do is compress.
Maybe you should contact NASA and ask them, since they're always up there, they can.
I could save them billions.
Yeah, you can harvest the helium in the skies. Have some kind of gravity catcher and harvest the helium.
Yeah, there you go. Or a black hole.
I mean, there's how much tons of helium escaping Earth daily. So obviously they are able to harvest those millions of tons of helium before it does escape Earth. I mean, just have a net or something.
Point.
Yeah, have some kind of net or something catching the helium.
Some kind of dome, maybe.
Yeah. Maybe like a
Just
container.
grab that helium, punch it in the face, and send it back down.
Maybe something like a container.
Yeah.
Something like a vacuum cleaner.
What? No.
Yeah.
Just more technological.
Oh, that reminds me. I actually got a email. I want to see if I can quickly bring it up. You're gonna like this. From Tinchin. So I can find it quickly. Tinchin. There we go. Let's see. He's got two. He has AI of Google Bard. Remember Google Bard? The AI to concede that you need containment.
Is that Rumpus in his avatar?
Yeah, Tinchin.
I thought so.
Rumpus.
Rumpus.
Okay, this is his first screenshot. If you can't read it, it says, yes or no only. Can you weigh gas without a container? Oh, I think this was the... Okay, no, that was the second one. I want the first image. Where's the first image? Is that the...
Why are there things like that always sketchy?
Okay,
like
but this
that?
is fine.
There's always like something wrong.
All right, Tinchin's in the chat.
But anyway, he got concession. It says, yes or only, no only. Can you weigh gas without a container? Yes or no only. It says searching for how to weigh gas without container, generating answers for you, blah, blah, blah. And that says, no, you cannot weigh gas without a container. Gas is a state of matter that has no definite shape. or volume. Uh-oh, Globies. It will. Lotus, it will expand to fill any space available. Uh-oh. So it needs to be contained in order to measure its weight.
Dum, dum,
Dum,
dum.
dum, dum.
Yeah, he's in the chat.
Hey, Tinchin, what's up, mate? Good to see you here. It was awesome. Really, really appreciate that. But yeah, he got the Google Bard, the AI, to concede. You need containment for gas pressure.
Did we need them to concede it though?
No, it's just
Not
for the
really.
Globies, just for the Globies to know. Because I mean, even Michael has got ChatGPT to concede this.
Yeah.
Really? Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That's good.
It's like dealing with a baller.
Well, you can convince Alexa to tell you that she works for the CIA, but I mean, is that really true?
Probably.
Yeah,
I know they're not a good analogy together, but I just had to throw it out there.
Science. Ooh.
Oh, this must be good then.
Hi, I'm Nat. And I'm Lo.
Science!
And this is our 20% project where we go around Google learning about all the stuff we're
Listen to this, guys.
curious about. A few years ago, we heard about this crazy idea that Google X
Google X, guys.
Crazy idea.
Ah, Google X. Doesn't that name sound familiar? So like SpaceX?
Just a bit.
Yeah, SpaceX.
Maybe,
Yeah.
and maybe Twitter that's called X
They
now.
always use X.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Surprised they haven't called
This will be the next Mandela effect. What?
Googleplex is a number. I'm surprised they haven't called themselves that. Googleplex.
sort of like
Oh, that's right. I always forget about
I wonder if we can look up Google X, if it's maybe a registered company, you know, like with Elon Musk or something, which nobody looks at.
Just look up BlackRock. That's easier.
Yeah.
Goggle X.
Google X.
Yeah. Goggle.
Google.
What is Google X used for? For years, Google had a secret skunkworks lab called Google X. It's where the company cooked up things like space elevators, robotics projects, and infamous self-driving car. Google has
Keywords
insane
cooked
amounts
up.
of money, and Google's founder loved big ideas. Ooh.
Do you remember the moon lift idea?
And they still want to do it, by the way.
They still want to do it, yeah.
Yeah.
I thought,
Sky
It's so ridiculous.
isn't it just? Even if the heliocentric world, the Earth was true, if the system was true, it would never work. It would never work.
You would have to stand there and wait for it to be just the right time for it to to fit the other part, and then hurry, it's you now, jump.
Pass the baton, quick.
Wow.
Look at this. Google
They'd be
X.
standing in line to jump.
Google X Lab became slightly less secret when reports on it appeared in the news. The renamed X company, like its predecessor, approaches radical ideas in an attempt to make the world a better place. That sounds very familiar, almost like Elon Musk's whole genre on talking about his companies, correct? To make the world a better place. Huh. No, I'm
Make
not
the world taste good.
Anyway, to make the world a better place. The company doesn't release a lot of information on its secret projects, but you can access some information on active, graduated, and discontinued projects at its website. A few older Google X projects demonstrate the type of work X does. Remember Project Loon? There we go.
Don't forget it. It's a secret.
Loon is a Google's idea for extending internet access into remote areas by the way of weather balloons. Sort of like Starlink, but just with balloons?
Yeah.
That's weird.
No, I couldn't.
You'll probably
That's a
find it sends
feeling,
up exactly the same amount of balloons as SpaceX as well.
And do you think it's coincidence?
Yes.
It just has to be a coincidence.
No.
Well, I don't know. Balloon, belligerent. I'm trying to think of other words that start with bold.
Okay, but let's see. Behind the scenes, this Google X project aims to raise cell towers into
balloon.
the stratosphere to deliver broader coverage. A According to the International Telecommunications Union, only 1 out of every 2 people have internet access, meaning that billions of the world's population have zero connectivity to the internet. With Loon, Google hopes to provide connectivity to rural areas and parts of the world that have experienced disasters and have disconnected them from the internet. That sounds awfully familiar, like Starlink.
Can I just say shout out to Google Loon, powering Flatzoid every day.
Ah, yeah. Google Loon, you rock. But you see, my powering comes from underground cables, like 90% of the world. So I'm fine there, you know what I mean? I don't need fake space. I use reality.
Just stay plugged in, you'll be fine.
Yeah. We use the cables under the ocean floor.
Yep.
Yeah.
Loon graduated from X in July 2018 to become its own company under Alphabet. Ooh.
Alphabet. Sounds dodgy.
Makana.
It certainly does.
I want to quickly look at something. What is Starlink's motto? Starlink? Okay, let's see. Starlink is a satellite internet constellation operated by American aerospace company called SpaceX, providing coverage to 60 countries. Also aims to global mobile phone service. Global mobile phones is like cell towers in the sky, like Loon was. Okay. SpaceX started launching...
It's interesting. Why does it say claims?
But also, SpaceX started launching Starlink satellites in 2019. What did we just read? It went over to the new company in 2018, correct?
Yeah.
So they gave them a year to get this project up and running. So, would you know, maybe Elon Musk is the owner of Google X? Really weird coincidences. Okay.
Stop messing with my head.
SpaceX claims to be a private company, doesn't it? But it gets government funded.
But it's really weird. There's so many coincidences that fall in line with SpaceX and Starlink. You know what I mean? It's just really weird how that works. Okay, so as of August 2023, it consists of over 5,000 mass-produced small satellites in low Earth orbit, LEO, which communicate with designated ground transceivers. Nearly 12,000 satellites are planned to be deployed, with possible late extension to 42,000. SpaceX announced reaching more than 1 million subscribers in December 22 and 1.5 million subscribers in May 2023 and 2 million subscribers in September 2023. It had a key role in the Russo-Ukrainian war. Chinchin, Google Loon was announced it would shut down in 2021. Exactly. And what happened? Starlink took over. X.
That don't mean it's shut down, though, does it?
Nope. But remember, that's what I said. They sold it and became a private entity. You know, Google X, in other words, Starlink X. We could say that. Underground tunnels. Tunnels bringing internet to Flatzoid. You can thank me later. But yeah, that's really weird. I'm just saying there's a lot of coincidences for some weird thing. Okay, where were we?
Google Cloud won a deal with Starlink, yeah.
It's those damn quinky dinks. They're always getting...
But anyway, all they're doing on this rest of the video is they're just explaining how they get the thing ready and testing it and all this.
Did she just say Google X? Now I know where the name SpaceX came from.
Yeah, the Google X wanted to use giant balloons to deliver the internet.
Turns out it wasn't such a crazy idea after all, because now it's a real project, and it's called Loon.
We reached out to see if there's any way that we could see what the team is up to these days. And then they basically asked us, hey, would you like to come to our giant hangar and help us pop balloons?
So of course we said yes, that sounds awesome.
So we went over to Moffett Field and got to hang out in a World War II...
Yeah?
I said awesome.
Awesome.
So cool. It's like radical, man.
Like totally rad, dude.
Bodacious.
Tasty.
Blimp hangar that's 5.5 acres inside.
And we played with balloons with
You know what I mean? Look at these hangars, guys. Don't you think it's the same kind of hangars that they could have used to fake the moon landings? Weird stuff. I mean, the same hangars they could use for, like, the fake Tesla Roadster going to space.
Hash and Pam and some of the other people on the loon team.
There's a video of that with that Tesla Roadster with all green screens around it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, of course.
Let's quickly
And you see it when it's in space. It's
we
got a
can
see
find
through,
it.
wasn't it?
I think we found it.
It like glitches out and
Because it doesn't have a green screen, it's actually in front of you. Know that? There we go.
The chief exec.
You know that? You know how they did the Mandalorian? They have a whole. It's actually screens around. Do you agree that previous ad is relevant to you? Strongly disagree. There we go. Well, anyway, I want to see where's the Roadster. Roadster. Where was it? I didn't press on the Roadster, did I not? I did press on the Roadster. Why is this showing me this? Okay.
That's the Roadster interface.
Yeah,
Footage,
look. That's what I clicked on. You can see it's on the raw video. Tesla launched into space.
See through wheel.
if you believe that,
magical
you'll believe
car.
out.
Falcon Heavy Fake X. There we go. This should show.
It's a very magical car in that video.
Yeah. Putting a car in space. Gonna like this. Doop. I'm sure it wasn't
It's some
easy
nice
finding a
rubber
car.
wheels. I would like wheels like that.
Yeah. Don't panic. Okay. Why is that during the live footage? It does this. This is the glitch. There's a glitch, guys.
Mental. This is
You
crazy.
see, because it's projection, you see. They just projected on all the screens around it. Whoopsie.
Like I said, people will believe out, man. If they believe that there's a car floating around Earth in space,
Remember?
no hope for you.
Yeah, remember when
No
I
hope
showed you
at all.
Space Cadets? And they made a wall of LEDs to make it look like they're in space from inside the capsule. It's exactly that. They've just built a wall of screens behind the Tesla. And that's how they fake space, guys. It's just a production. It's very simple stuff.
That's what your billions a day goes on.
Exactly. It's
Yep.
Disney. Why do you think Disney's so invested with NASA? There we go. Really odd stuff. Doop, doop, doop. It's really weird.
Like music.
But there was one where they actually show the screen behind it.
Oh, hey, Paul, how you doing?
Hey Paula, good to see you. Thank you for coming in.
Wally thinks it's real. There's no hope for you, Wally, mate. You are one seriously dumb. What can I say?
Yeah, Wally's got no hope.
Poor Wally and his follow.
Remember, Wally's
Wally is
Wally's still looking for his brain. So.
But it looks so fake, it must be real.
Wait, if you dropped it, does that mean someone else can get it?
There we go. Proof space in the live stream is real. Really? That should be good. Let's see this. Let's see what
Yeah,
the
how do
proof
you
is
do
that's
that?
real.
And this time answering even more of your questions regarding the SpaceX Tesla thing.
real.
And this
Oh, it
time I've
definitely
been
looks real.
Sorry?
I said it definitely looks real.
Yeah, it definitely looks so real.
brilliant. I mean, look at that wheel. You can see the Earth through that wheel. So there's no engine in that car or anything.
How come the tires are even on the car? I mean, they would have exploded.
Okay, I'm going to ask you something. Earth is supposed to be so big, correct? And the reflection is showing on the windscreen, on the bonnet, and blah, blah, blah. Where's the reflection on his helmet?
It's all small.
I mean, you guys
There's a lot of stuff missing.
And you've seen what happens with your phone when it's off. It's got a black screen. It reflects much easier.
Yep.
Correct? Because they call it a black
That
mirror.
helmet face should be filled by the Earth. You're right.
Exactly.
There's no reflection in space, Flatzoid, man.
Hey, you might have something there.
And then I want to ask you, just the materials alone. What's a dashboard made out of?
Plastic.
Foam rubber. It's made out of foam rubber. Has all kinds of bubbles.
They want those tires.
So tell me, why is everything looking perfect still? Nothing, no cracks, no outgassing of anything, to be honest.
Yeah.
It's too bad we couldn't create a real vacuum and put a car in there and then watch what happens to it so we could show people what it would really do.
It's really weird.
Asking the experts. But before I analyze any more of your theories, I do have to make an apology because last time I said this. My guess is that it's either some kind of NASA specially produced polymers and rubbers. It's not plastic and metal at all. It's
Really? Well, what plastic and polymers are they using per se? Tell us which polymers they're using.
Can I raise my hand?
Yeah.
Elon said it was just a regular car, just a car in space. That's what it was.
Yep.
Yeah, moving right now, the airbags would go pop as well.
Unless they
So either he's lying or somebody's lying.
Unless they didn't have the battery in the car or disconnected it, but I doubt they would stick a battery in the engine because the battery will explode in the in that vacuum. Remember, a battery's not safe in a vacuum.
some kind of different material. That information is incorrect because of what Elon Musk has said. Let's take a look.
Well, I think it looks so ridiculous and impossible. You can tell it's real because it looks so fake. Honestly.
Oh, yeah.
Like, we'd have way better CGI if it was fake.
I love that. And the duper's delight on his face is just classic.
Balls don't realise when they're being mocked. It's very funny.
Exactly. Hook, line, and sinker. Exactly, mind the gap.
And the colors all look kind of weird in space. There's no atmospheric occlusion. Like everything looks too.
Whoa, dude.
He made that word up.
No, it's fine. But I use what we call a spectrometer here on Earth, where I literally put it and it closes off. It contains the light to take the photos. Just like what they use spectrometers to take photos in the dear galaxies to know what it's made out of, composed of. You know what I mean? With the different colors and all that. Well, I use a spectrometer at work and it closes it off. And it takes perfect photos because it's dark. That red maple on that car, for instance, just because there's no atmos, it's not going to change the color. You're still going to see the same color. Note that they have light on the car, correct? I mean, you can see it. Got light on the car.
Where's it coming from?
There we go. They got a light on the car. So, yeah.
It must have had a solar battery or something.
You can see the sun in his helmet.
Yeah, you can see some light source in his helmet.
You know what I think that red dot is? I think it's the camera light.
Normal car has. It's just literally a normal car.
The camera that's facing the car.
But let's listen to what he's saying quickly, guys.
It's hardened or whatever,
Wait. I want to listen to everything he says about the car.
Like, we'd have way better CGI if it was fake. And the colors all look kind of weird in space. There's no atmospheric occlusion. Like everything looks too crisp. But we know
That's a nice claim to make, by the way.
we didn't really test any of those materials.
What happened to the moon landings then? Why were they not good?
Because they were fake, remember?
Well, yeah, but I'm saying.
Hey, Elon. Elon. Into the break. Good to see you. Rayleigh Criterion.
How dare you?
Elon Musk on the show, is it?
Because I already said Elon there. That's all.
He's live in the chat. Nice. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly, Mr. Research. Come on. Any honest person would suggest that that car Elon sent to space looks suspect. Exactly. No, guys, Missing Research is not a flat earther. He's a glober. It's really suspect.
You know, is it?
I showed it to my mum. My mum was like, "You what?"
Yeah, it's crazy.
Ace hardened or whatever, you know. So it just has the same seats that like a normal car has. It's just literally a normal car.
Well, today we're going to be further.
It's just like a normal car.
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
That's why he's got no.
You said 420 kilometers.
That's why he's got nothing behind the wheel there. Look, it's just all. It's all the way through to the aft. Look, you see the aft through it.
But I mean, like the seats, even the seats.
Yeah.
How will
So is the Earth kind of like the moon where you can just see through?
How will the seats withstand that? It's crazy.
For the exam. Examining his claims. That older video of mine does exist on this channel, along with another video if you want to check them out. They're all on this channel. Okay. So the question you guys have been asking the most is, why in all the footage is there no stars? We're told...
The old exposure argument. We're not able
there might
to
be
do
more
the
than one answer to that
exposure.
question.
Can't get the exposure.
That stars are easier to see in space because there's no atmosphere or light pollution. That's why telescopes aimed at seeing distant stars are in space, because it's easier to see those distant stars from space. So why in all the footage do we not even see a single dot of light anywhere? So
notice, guys, that when you have high altitude balloons, at a certain altitude you can't see stars anymore. Now they claim, you need to just have more, you have to have more longer exposure to be able to pick the stars up.
And in fact, if you look at some of NASA's photos, you'll see that the stars are actually on the surface of whatever the Earth is covered with. I've seen quite a few pictures of it where you can see the stars laid over the top of the surface of what it looks like some kind of a skin between the Earth and whatever the NASA's flying in.
Also, I want to say something. If you look at this line here, that supposed to be the Earth over there, doesn't it look sort of like it's a screen shape?
Yeah.
Really odd.
This question to Curora, and they basically said that the stars are too dim and that the exposure on the video cameras was adjusted for...
Look at that. You see what I mean? That's how it looks. That looks like a hologram, almost like a projection on there, or even added in afterwards, because that's not natural. Even in a dark environment, that's not natural.
There's CGI, yeah, stuff in there.
Again, with the helmet not really showing what's showing on here.
It's not. Does it even? The reflection doesn't even look like. Well, we can't make out if it looks like something from over there. It doesn't look the same, but yeah.
But notice, guys, the angle that the car's sitting to here is supposed to show even. You're supposed to see a reflection here, there, and you're supposed to see a reflection there. You don't see the reflections everywhere that's supposed to be. They've just sort of copied and pasted it on by certain places. I mean, look at here on the windscreen. It's going over the windscreen. See, it's not even cropped correct.
Wally,
you can tell that.
Wally says at 4 hours you see the car outgassing.
Oh, shame. So they realized they had to outgas it after 4 hours. No, outgassing will happen immediately, mate. Not after 4 hours. Lumpy Gas, thank you very much for your $2 switcher. It says, please read my recent comment. Oh, there we go. I use a refractometer to tell how concentrated my coolant is. Unless I add a coolant to the water, it stays at 0. And as I increase the ratio of coolant to water, the index will not move. Wow. Yes, you have to change the ratio to have the index ratio change. Exactly. Really interesting. And you used containment for that, by the way. Thank you very much for your super chat, Lumpy. I really appreciate it, mate. Where's Wally? You see reflections on his visor, don't you? Not the correct.
Who cares what we see? Like, it's in a place that's physically impossible.
Yeah, and the angles don't even match up. I mean, look at. Have you guys ever seen how a let's take these headlights for instance. That does not match up to that. It literally looks like they just stuck it on. Let's go to this is a was it Tesla Roadster X, correct? No, what was it? Yeah, no, that's the light. I think it was one of these. Look at the shape of that, okay? It curves down. Look how everything around it, the light is curving on it in a certain way. Now I was gonna say, oh, because the atmosphere. No. If the light hits that panel, the light hits the panel, atmosphere or not. Let's go look at compared to what you see here. This is like studio work. It's a dark studio, and they got After Effects placed in, or they got what can I say? They're placing it with projectors, and then they just got normal studio lights. That's why you see the studio lights can just move across, and that's why you get this little flint of moving light.
For bright sunlight, because the Earth and the Tesla were brightly lit. This piece of evidence did remind me of an explanation by a science channel called Action Lab, in which he takes the brightest flashlight outside. Let's take a look. The footage clearly shows a flashlight and some street lights in the background, and because the camera is adjusted to those lights, we don't see any stars. Footage also shows that the camera will always adjust to the brightest object. And of course you forget that...
Yeah, trying to get away from the actual argument, trying to say it's just exposure for the lights. Okay, well, hey, Skeptic, good to see you, mate. Thank you for coming. And Spider Monkey, what's up, man?
Something gets brighter. It's literally like I'm holding a spotlight in my hand.
Another thing which is hard to comprehend is the fact that we're always told that night lights always cause a massive amount of light pollution, and yet we see none of the night lights on the Earth. And we also don't see the moon. We're told that the moon is supposed to be relatively quite big, even though it's far away, so it looks smaller. And yet we don't see the moon in any of the footage. So why on earth do we not see the moon or any night lights on the Earth? So the explanation regarding...
Look at this one. Tell me again, why is it now still having reflection here if it's back there?
Yeah. Right at all.
Oh, wow.
Regarding the night lights is pretty much the same. I mean, you can already see that the camera's overexposed on the light side of the Earth, so it's no
It's crazy.
wonder that it doesn't pick the dim lights of the night lights. The explanation I get with regards to the moon is simply because the mission was to get the burners burning and to test the payload of the rocket.
Okay.
It wasn't to get an image of a shot of the moon and the Earth. Therefore, when you take a shot of an image...
He does sound like he's trying to clutch at straws to keep his delusions alive.
Sounds like Wally.
Wally.
Right. Wally's well named.
Not be long before Santa's coming, Wally. Don't worry.
or vibrations. So if that was...
And my teeth under the pillow.
I never said that was Earthshine, was Wally. I said if it's supposed to be reflecting the light, it's still showing the same reflection, it just changed the angle. Lumpy guys, thank you very much for your $2 super chat, mate. Really appreciate it. I will match a total of $20 super chat. Wow. Thank you very much, Lumpy, for your super chat. Really appreciate it.
We're arguing at reflections, like it won't reflect a projection anyway.
Exactly. Remember, guys, we're supposedly in Narnia at the moment. Anyway, so we're just having some fun here. This is like insane.
Space Narnia.
Space Narnia, yeah. Oh, let's see what he says. Maybe he's saying something about this glitch.
Lens flare effect, where the camera flashes, then it cuts to an earlier point in the feed. Well, the explanation I get for this is that the rocket is travelling at 27,000 kilometers per hour. And sometimes data signals at that speed can't run properly.
So it puts it back in the rocket. Okay. Moving too fast, so let's put the car back in the rocket because it can't keep up. Uh-oh. So artifact, in other words, showing that the car's not in space. Well done, mate.
So it's essentially a data problem with the speed of the rocket running so fast. So the biggest question I raised up last time was why on earth doesn't the car melt in the radiation of the sun, given that it's in the thermosphere in the middle of space? So here's what Bill Otto, consulting optical physicist and systems engineer, had to say. I'm not sure why you think it would melt in the sun.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe plastic can't reach those temperatures, and if it's radiating straight into that plastic, it will melt. What happens when you stick something in a microwave, guys?
Ooh, that's a hard one. That's a hard one.
Well, first of all, you have to shut the door first. Just kidding.
Press a few buttons, makes a beeping noise. Heats stuff up, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Pandan, I don't...
Usually it just sits there till you push the buttons, but I'm just saying.
Hey, Quinlan, good to see you. But yeah, think about it. Stick something in a microwave. It starts, let's say a piece of plastic. It will start melting from the inside out, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Because of the radiation.
Yeah.
Now, if you're claiming to be in space and you don't have the atmosphere, in other words, to be able to protect you from this radiation, what's going to happen? It's like sticking a car in a microwave.
Yeah. That should be awful.
Now, I work with a lot of different polymers and plastics and stuff on a daily basis with cars. Believe me when I say, it will melt. There's no ways you can go around this. The stuff will melt. These speaker covers is so thin, it will melt. You can literally take a lighter next to it and hold it long enough, it will melt.
Wally, there's not enough hot air. There's not supposed to be any air, mate.
There's no air. Yeah, there's no air, Wally. Remember, you require the air to radiate the heat away. No air to radiate heat away. Uh-oh. Exactly.
Yeah,
Paula's expect convection in space.
Convection in space.
There we go, Paula. This is insane.
It is slowly rotating, so it does not keep one side to the sun for long. At this distance from the sun, depending on the ratio of the absorption in the visible to the absorption in the infrared, the equilibrium temperature for a body placed in space is 210 to 350 kelvins.
That's hot.
Very hot.
That's very hot. Show me a plastic that's going not to cook in that temperature.
That'll warm your touches up.
Smoking. Smoking. Yep.
Even though 350 kelvins is pretty warm, it is not hot enough to melt a car.
What?
Wait, what? What do you say?
Even though it's pretty hot, it's not hot enough to melt a car.
Let's challenge him to put him in a room full of that and see if he can.
I don't know if you guys remember when the Ford Cougars started having issues and they started burning up and melting.
Yeah.
I do. I remember that.
Remember, one thing starts giving how the Cougars usually got this issue though was the oil would start leaking in the engine bay from because they placed the
technically it was a mercury,
exhaust
but yeah,
manifold.
the
The exhaust manifold would get hot, and there would be an oil leak based on how they situated the pan, and it would fall on the and start and catch fire.
Oh.
And as soon as it caught fire, everything that's in plastic in the car catches fire instantly.
Mm.
And most of the materials in a car, are flammable. So you only need one thing to start.
And you can melt.
Yeah, you only need one thing to.
You can melt plastic in a microwave.
Exactly.
There's one in the chat.
That's funny how that bowl gets brought into it.
There's some plastics that's made to not melt as fast, like microwave-able ones, And then some plastic actually melts if it's in there too long.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the longer exposure, the easier it's going to melt. Remember, the radiation happens from inside out, just like in a microwave. Sorry?
I don't have a microwave.
Are you a conspiratard? How
No.
dare you?
No. We've had 3. Alice has blown them all up.
That sucks.
You gotta nuke that food.
Well, the thing is, we got our microwave, which is actually still running good, which was our grandmother's. The thing's like 25 years old, and it's still running.
Yeah, mine too.
And it's still running. The new ones, I promise you, if you buy new ones, they don't last. Maybe 5 years if they give in.
Yeah, this is a very old one too, from when I was little.
They don't create them to
last.
What's this idiot on about, Wally? Water won't melt.
Water doesn't melt. Ice
No, it
melts.
doesn't. Wow.
What
Ice
a
melts.
plonker.
Are we in grade school again, or did I miss something?
Yeah. What you do? I don't know.
Please tell me that all that stuff that they forced me to learn in grade school and high school, that I didn't waste my time, because
I think he
like,
says.
this is weird.
I think he says these silly things on purpose because nobody can be that thick.
Yeah. Hey, hey,
But we're seeing evidence of it. That's the thing. Isn't that fascinating?
It's crazy.
It's 93 million miles from the sun.
Notice, guys, that we're just laughing at all the fake stuff in for the globe, which showing it's fake and that it has to be flat, while the globers still haven't presented any globe proof. Instead, they're making excuses on why they have to deny reality.
Yep.
Sorry, I didn't say ice would
melt. It's kind of hard to deny when you got red hands.
Yeah. Where's Wally? I never said. Where's Wally? I never said ice will melt at 250 Kelvin. I said water doesn't melt, ice melts. Pay attention to what I said, mate.
Right, well, Wally who said water melts.
Wally said water melts, so I just corrected him. Now I'm saying water. Ice will melt at 250 Kelvin. Never said that once.
Water freezes, becomes ice. Ice melts. Water evaporates. What else?
And ice can melt at room temperature, exactly. Ice can melt at 1 degree Celsius, by the way. Given long enough time, it can. If it's not below freezing, it can still melt. It just takes longer.
And headed further away all the time. So 350 kelvins is 76 Celsius and 170 Fahrenheit.
Look how fake that is. Come on. Why is the Earth now so small all of a sudden?
Don't panic.
Also, did you guys notice that you don't see the reflection of the camera gear and that rig when it's showing in front of the car? Remember? Let's look at this. Do you see the reflections? Not on the window, not on anything. But now in front, here it is.
Maybe that's because it's 3 different camera angles on 3 different fakes.
There was also a shot where it looked like there was like 3 poles coming out from the right side of it. I don't know where they came from.
Where's the rest
Are you going to get to the part where it flashes and you can see the background?
Yeah. Where's the rest of the globe? Behind the CGI screen.
Yeah.
Continue and fill in the circle. Or how do I say that?
Yeah, Elon's laughing all the way to the bank. He's like, all these morons are just falling for it.
Yes, and 170 Fahrenheit. So he's essentially saying it's not hot enough to melt it anyway, and because it's rotating, it's cooling down as quickly as it's warming up, and it's moving away from the sun as it's going. Now, other people have said that it will deteriorate with time. For example, the electronics will fry within a year due to radiation.
Within a year? Is that what you're saying?
Within a year.
I live in the bush, and I can tell you, the wiring and stuff, if it had been this conditions, would after a few hours would start to deteriorate because of the outgassing. It gets so brittle. Really. This is insane. What are these excuses, by the way?
Right. And it will get hit with cosmic particles, but it won't melt.
That's the worst.
Also, guys, I want to ask you.
Worst thing.
I want to ask you guys something. Remember in this video we saw them showing this. All this. What's all those things?
Satellites.
Satellites, supposedly.
All over the place.
Yep.
Show me where the satellite is, please.
Yeah, exactly.
But they're taking a break so they don't destroy the car.
Wait, there's stars there. You see that? Or is it the reflection of the car?
I think with this shot here as well, it shows you the reflection in the bonnet of the car moving, of the globe moving, but it doesn't in the helmet. The bit you see in the helmet stays just a little flash of light, I think.
Well, that's what I say. I think this is just added on After Effects afterwards.
Oh. What I want to know is the person that made this, they had to have seen that, right? Even at least after a couple of hours of it being on. No, but you see,
the thing is, when you're doing the effects, there's usually what we call human error. So you're trying to get it now as perfect as possible, whatever, but there's something you would miss.
They don't care anyway, because 90% of
Don't look into it. Yeah, they won't look
gobbled
into
it up anyway.
One thing I would say to anyone that believes in the conspiracy is to have a look
What
through a
conspiracy?
telescope or know somebody that has a telescope to find for yourself. And that's exactly what this next person I'm about to show you did.
Ooh.
So this guy found an online telescope and he used...
Found an online telescope.
No doubt.
Oh,
No
for
doubt.
flipping
Oh,
out.
damn it. How did I do that?
Wow.
So he couldn't use an actual telescope. He found an online telescope. Are online
And the
telescopes...
light bulb comes on.
I don't know. Are online
Pre-programmed,
telescopes...
maybe?
Yeah.
Pre-programmed.
It's a thing, I guess.
Oh, really?
used it to try and find the Falcon Heavy rocket.
Wow.
And lo and behold, he found it. That image you see moving from the bottom.
So he saw a rocket, apparently. So therefore, the space car is in space, guys.
The top of your screen is indeed the Falcon Heavy.
Of course so. Why would they lie to us?
And then I want to ask you another question. If that was the Falcon Heavy rocket, what's the size of that thing?
That telescope about to zoom out way in so you could see that it actually were a rocket and not just a light.
No, but think about it. What's the size of that Falcon Heavy rocket? It's humongous, correct?
Yeah.
And look how small it was. Now let's take it into what we were talking about with this. With this, at 500 kilometers away.
Yeah.
I mean, this was 500 kilometers away, correct? Or 300 kilometers, whatever. With something the size of a table or a bus. Huh. And look at the size of the Falcon Heavy rocket, apparently.
Image you
at much higher and it's
see moving
much
from
larger, correct? Much larger.
How do you know it's higher?
About the same. They're supposed to be about the same.
Look at when they launch rockets and
Yeah,
the
they go
little
the same.
curve into Nemo, like, you know what I mean? It's not that high at all, really, is it?
It's a ghost.
Small.
Where's Wally? You can literally create data points in a online thing to make it look like there's something. If they wanted to, they can make a UFO flyer and it would show on the online telescope, mate. It's called programming.
A space ghost.
It's called programming. Really, that's why you have to use someone with an actual telescope to show your point?
Why didn't anybody with a telescope have a look at this car?
Yeah, I also want to know, because there
I
hasn't
mean-
been any... What about SpaceX themselves? Where are their telescope images of this?
on the bottom to the top of your screen is indeed the Falcon Heavy
Is
rocket. And of course he calculated its trajectory and speed, etc. And it matched the
You mean that
exact
dot right there on the
speed and trajectory.
So his data on the online telescope
Match
matches
what it-
the
that should look.
data that what they said in the model should happen.
Of course.
Okay. That makes so much sense.
Naive is unbelievable.
It's beyond naive.
That's fully gullible.
I want to see.
Yeah.
Heavy on.
It's crazy.
See it, but someone is going to be.
Oh yeah.
There we go. That's the good stuff.
Yeah.
And, other scientific balloons. Not this guy. You realize that they've done some pretty amazing things, and they're not newbies to hanging out in the stratosphere.
Not newbies to hang out in the stratosphere. Huh. Yeah, the balloons have been around for decades, guys.
All Loon did was find another way to use them. One day, a balloon is going to be flying up in the sky, and we're not even going to be able to see it, but someone is going to be sharing a photo with their friend, and it's going to be because of that balloon.
Uh-oh. Sort of like today.
Mm-hmm.
Can anybody really look up and see a balloon today in the sky? With a telescope. This is what I find really ironic.
I don't know.
They can't... They really struggle to find the balloons and satellites in the sky, but... Heck! We can see a crater on the moon. That's supposed to be much further away. But we can easily find something. And then we ask them, okay, please show us... how about the landing site with the flag? What are the excuses you get? Oh, the flag is probably perished by now. Or, no, we can't see it, it's too small. We need a sized telescope of the Earth to be able to see that. Okay, let's use Hubble telescope that's in space. Or how about the JSW telescope? No, why would they turn around and see the... You know what I mean? Stuff like that. You got your so-called satellite in space, but they're not able to even take a photo of your beloved flag on the moon. Very sad.
I think it's because they're actually in the back of a jet plane. They just sadly get the better shot.
Yeah, ever heard of Sophia before?
Yeah, I was going to mention it. That's exactly what I was going to mention, but I figured you were going to get that.
Yeah, shout out Boston Rob. I think it was
Boston Ray.
Justin Ray, yeah. There we go.
Balloon we can't even see. Just like anything else, what was once crazy becomes normal.
Oh, once crazy becomes normal. Uh-oh.
Yeah, that's true.
Are they talking about the globe?
Look at today's society.
Chaos.
Well,
It's the old chaos.
Yep. Now listen to this. This is quite good.
Would it not be outrageous to think that a balloon could drag a happy birthday sign behind it, just like this plane? Now swap the sign for a string of lights, 60 lights long, like Christmas lights, only more powerful, and float them 12 kilometers high. That is more believable than 60 satellites. Besides, countries like China would never let a low Earth orbit satellite invade their airspace.
Let's now open up Dishy McFlatface. At the back, we have a pair of
This is also quite interesting.
motors and an Ethernet cable.
McFlat what?
Listen to how he's going to explain the array antenna here.
Connects to the router. Note that these motors don't continuously move Dishy to point directly at the Starlink satellite. They're used only for initial setup to get the dish pointed in the proper general direction. Opening up Dishy, we find an aluminum structural backplate, and on the other side we find a massive printed circuit board or PCB. One side has 6...
Andy, Flatzoid song has a video of Earth from space showing clear Earth curve. No, it's not. Maybe you're smoking something, but there's definitely not Earth curve.
They'll take wherever they can get that, right?
Remember, what does Neil deGrasse Tyson say? That stuff is flat. At 220,000 feet, correct?
You're not going to see that from right here, from 2 centimeters away from this ball.
2 millimeters above this beach ball? Exactly. No, you see that little optical effect you're seeing there, Andy? It's because of optical limitations, mate. Maybe go ask Dave McKeegan for you why that is. Even he explained it. It's not Earth curve, mate. Never was, never will be.
Shout out to McKeegan, crushing ball every week.
Exactly. Dave McKeegan, one of the greatest anti-flat Earth infiltrators of all time.
Ball crusher.
Yeah, the more he tries to debunk flat Earth, the more he debunks the globe. It's very funny.
True, it's true.
I mean, that is Triangle's video, man. It isn't a
You should call them fat earthers because their heads are so fat.
Triangles McKeegan. Yeah.
It's just ridiculous they call them things triangles.
Exactly, Spider. Sophia is supposed to be the Hubble telescope.
640 small microchips and 20 larger microchips.
Gregorius Slippery says, they have taken a picture of the flag with the Hubble, I think. Just denied. No, there has not been any photos of the so-called flag on the moon by anything because they claim it can't be done.
Yeah. Where?
But they're
able... What's that astronomy channel now? JW Astronomy or something like that, yeah. I asked him, show me it flagging it. Oh, no, it'll be perished by now.
Exactly. But I mean, they always make excuses. Always. There's some kind of weird excuse why.
Chips organized in...
But look at this. They're able to claim to see a galaxy or something trillions and trillions of light years away, but they're not able just to see a landing site on the moon 250,000 miles away. Makes so much sense.
Ridiculous.
In a pattern with very intricate traces fanning out from the larger to smaller microchips. along with additional chips including the main CPU.
A Mark Sargent test. Please, don't push that guy onto us. We can't help you guys are so gullible to think that sticking a ruler means it's a curve.
CPU and GPS module on the edge of the PCB. On the other side are 1,400-ish copper circles with a grid of squares between the circles. On the next layer, there's a rubber honeycomb pattern with small, notched copper circles, and behind that, we find another honeycomb pattern, and then the front side of Dishy. So, what are we looking at? Well, in essence, we have 1,280 antennas arranged in a hexagonal honeycomb pattern, with each stack of copper circles being a single antenna controlled by the microchips on the PCB. This massive array works together in what's called a phased array.
Again, try view a coin from a mile away. That's the whole point, Slip. So if they have their so-called satellites in space, they can easily see the things they need to see.
Listen to, I've just had a quick Google search, and there's no to it. Listen to this. No, Hubble's mirror is physically not capable of seeing Apollo equipment left on the surface of the moon. Nice try, Slip.
There we go.
Wow.
Well done.
In order to send and receive electromagnetic waves that are angled to and from a Starlink satellite orbiting 550 kilometers above.
As for the Starlink dish, is not a satellite dish at all. It is an array of cell phone antennas called a phased array. To get the speeds they can get, they are 5G antennas. Starlink is a great service for many, myself included, but please stop with this charade. We are now wise to it.
There we go. I want to quickly go look. What's Terry Riker's channel again?
Flat Out Truth.
Flat Out Truth. I want to show you guys something of a community post he did a few days ago. This is a new channel. I don't know which one he did it on. Okay, it's not that one. But there's also on this. Taboo Conspiracy shared it. Remember?
Oh yeah,
with the balloons, the SpaceX balloons.
So, yeah.
Okay, let's get Taboo Conspiracy up then. Really? Taboo Conspiracy, there we go. Let's quickly go to his channel. Community. Was it on this one? 3 weeks ago. No, it can't be. It was Taboo that shared it, correct?
I think so.
Or was it his other channel then? That's number 3. Maybe it was Taboo Conspiracy 2, maybe.
Has he still got that one?
If you still got it, I don't know. He's going through so much channels.
Yeah, they always get rid of them, don't they?
I don't know. It was literally a few days ago with a showing where he shared someone's post on the Starlink, but it's not the Starlink, where they actually show the balloons in the line going up, being taken off. I can't. I can't remember. I can't remember where to find it, guys. Sorry. If any of you remember where we can find it, though. Because I think it was him that shared it, where it was literally showing the lines of the balloons in a row, going up, straight after each other. So, guys, yeah. We showed tonight that the globe is impossible, just based even on their own nonsensical shows they bring for us.
Yeah.
And water finds its own level, so that shows it's flat. I can show my song if you want to, the latest song I did, and that will show you why it's flat, if you guys want to see that. Got a few things in there. Thank you, Lumpy Gas, back in with $2. He says, do you have anything I can match to $20? Gotta go soon. Thank you very much for the super chat, mate. Really, really appreciate it.
Isn't it just that one in the chat here?
That one? Which one?
In the chat here on Element.
Let's check quickly before. I think it's this one. There we go. This Lord found it, guys.
What
is a lie. Nothing is real.
Look at that. Doesn't that look eerie similar to their 60 Starlinks?
Yeah. Yeah.
Really odd.
Innit? Just.
Hi, Lumpy Guess. In a vacuum, $2 super chat. Thank you very much, Skeptic, for your super chat. Really, really appreciate it. You rock. But yeah, the world is a lie. Oh. The world is a lie. I'm just scared of the music. But yeah, that's the thing I was saying. That's quite telling to me. Okay. Here's my latest, the music video.
In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. Now the earth was formless and empty. Darkness was over the surface of the deep, and the Spirit of God was hovering over the waters. And God said, "Let there be light," and there was light. God saw that the light was good, and he separated the light from the darkness. God called the light day, and the darkness he called night. And there was evening, and there was morning, the first day. The first.
Okay, I just gonna stop here quickly. Thank you, Lumpy Gas in the vacuum for $2 super chat. 18 left to go. And there we got Skeptic for the $18 super chat. Thank you very much. Obviously to get him to match that, but I really appreciate it, guys. Thank you very much. By the way, what did you guys think of my voiceover? That was my voice.
Great. That was really cool. It took me a minute to realize it was you. Good. It's good, man.
But I love Genesis 1. Oh, Retro Bull, thank you very much for your $10 for chat. Really, really appreciate it. It says, just because you are awesome, Flatzoid. No, man. I appreciate you guys. You guys are awesome. I just here because you guys. Thank you very, very much. You guys are, like I said, awesome. Appreciate all the support, mate. And then Lumpy Gas with his matching $18. Thank you very much. He says, thanks for the help me double, bless Flatzoid. You guys rock. I really appreciate all the support. You guys are really, really awesome, guys. Thank you very much. I'm actually surprised.
That time you'll go on panel, Lumpy.
I know. Come back on the. You ain't been on for a little while now, Lumpy. Come on.
We need him on.
Where are you?
Not good chat skanking.
But yeah, really appreciate the support, mate. Anyway, I'm surprised the Globers haven't started saying, oh, you're so dishonest because you're making Neil deGrasse Tyson, what's that other, Bill Nye and that woman, Michelle Thaler, all saying the earth is flat. How dare you, you're so dishonest. I haven't got them saying that, it's very weird.
The first day.
Is the earth flat or round? It's flat. It's flat.
So tell me, Neil, is the earth flat?
The earth is flat. The earth is flat.
What are some of the easiest ways that you can prove that the earth is flat?
I notice show horizontal horizons. No matter how high you go, the horizon rises relative to eye level, aka the high altitude balloon. That's first proof it's a flat plane. Second, this is the Bolivian salt flats, guys. It's flat. Very, very flat. Exactly, Paula. We'll all meet in the sky soon. Amen. Definitely.
that's a hard thing for me to even start talking about because there are so many proofs that the Earth is flat.
And this one? How about the canal, the Suez Canal, guys? That's very flat. Very, very flat.
And also the plane journey in this one with the stars.
Oh yeah, that's next.
Hey, wait a minute. Kansas is as flat as a pancake. Or flatter than a pancake.
But don't you think it's weird how we are able to bring up all the flat proofs, but we don't get anything?
We're not in
all
Kansas.
these flat places on Earth.
Well, we did get nuh-uh and no way and that's not how it works and you don't understand and somebody else told me different and we got all that. We never did get any. Yeah, you're right.
Or how about I got Candid telling me today. First of all, he can't make a coherent sentence, telling me he wants to come debate me on the shape of the Earth, but then I have to make a positive claim about the shape, and I'm thinking, but flat's not a shape.
Wow.
But now
careful, he doesn't mean it. Some other kind of bait.
Yeah, but you see, now he's making an excuse not to come debate because I'm not
Never
claiming
debate you, man.
because I'm not making a claim to a shape.
Or he's telling you how he's actually telling you how he's trying to trick you.
But you see that, but you understand.
Yeah, he's like, here, fall into my trap.
But that's what yeah, this is me into the break. But you see, this is the thing. That's how cowardice these people are. They're trying to make them sound like, oh, they're so brave, they're gonna come debate, and then the stipulations they make are so idiotic and nonsensical that they're trying to make a get out of jail free card kind of thing. So it's like, oh, you didn't claim a shape, so I'm not coming to debate you because that was my stipulation. When saying
it's almost kind of like pulling a gender thing in the middle of an argument. Yeah, it's kind of cheesy.
The canal is flat, guys. It's very flat.
Suez Canal.
Suez Canal. Look at this. Can anyone show me the curve?
That's a hard thing for me to even start talking about because there are so many proofs that the Earth is flat.
I noticed, guys.
You should hear what she does talk about.
But guys, what? Michelle Thaler?
Yeah, didn't she say something on one of her interviews about she wanted to sleep with like every guy in the world or some silly thing like that?
What? I have no idea.
No, I'm serious. There was this video where she said something like that.
But she does believe we're all cousins from distant rocks, stardust. Lily. Lily.
Yeah. Ziggy, old Ziggy keeps coming back from the dead, doesn't he? Ziggy Stardust. Okay.
So yeah, it's crazy. Anyway, notice how the water is flat, never curving around, and the ground next to the water is also not curving down. It's flat. Really weird stuff. I mean, you would agree that on a globe it should be going down, tangent to from your feet, and we never see this. There's no downhill anywhere.
Downstream, that's all that exists.
And this is also awesome. This, without a doubt, shows the sky.
There is no locks on the Suez Canal, Rachel.
Yeah, there's no locks in the Suez Canal, Rachel, at all. But thank you for coming, Rachel. It's glad you can make it. And what? Hello. But anyway, this one I love so much because it literally shows the airplane flying the same altitude, not going, showing the curve. Also, the light, the sky, is not in lockstep with the Earth. It's moving in its own direction. So the sky is moving. There's no Coriolis of Earth beneath the plane. The plane is not dipping down, going over a curve, and it's flying in straight paths to get to its destination. Watch this. Oh. Did you guys like my mix at least?
It's breathtaking.
Also, guys, notice these planes coming towards him. Did any of them come from below the horizon? Yeah. Look. And this is quite self-explanatory. I don't even have to say anything here.
The Foucault pendulum would deviate 34 degrees after 4 hours at 1:16 p.m. If the Earth were actually rotating underneath this pendulum, the globe claimed that it should have deviated 34 degrees anti-clockwise, but no deviation was observed. That the Foucault pendulum inside this building here does not show the rotation of the Earth. Now let's go in and have a look, shall we? Now, much to my surprise, I didn't even have to wait 4 hours to prove my claim. The museum had already proven it for me. After being absolutely inundated by people's phone calls and emails asking why their Foucault pendulum does not work, the museum had no other choice but to go into damage control and close their exhibition.
There we go. Close the exhibition. Yeah, exactly. The Suez Canal has no locks. Why are you guys keeping fighting for locks? And by the way, when you claim for locks, you're claiming is no earth curve. Because you're claiming then water seeks its own level when at rest. Because they're raising and making the water level lower and higher with the locks on the canal. You think of the Panama Canal. By the way, when they raise and lower that water level, it shows it's not curving. That's crazy. Oh, look at the time. It's already past
amazing.
It's amazing. It's already past 11, I think.
Just.
So, what do you guys have to say?
Elon Musk's a flat earther.
By default, actually, everybody is.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I smell something fishy.
Yeah, definitely going on, man.
Google X, you have some splaining to do. That was a good show. I enjoyed it. Notice how our stream can stay on because we actually brought evidence, whereas the Globe brought nothing, so it couldn't stay on because we had to look at copyrighted material the whole night.
Yeah, we all get bored of that stuff.
So it's all your fault, Globies, that my last night's stream had to be taken off because we had to look at copyrighted streams the whole night. Copyrighted content.
I thought they were blaming it on me this time. I'm kidding.
Yeah, I think Google didn't want to hear you calling Piggy Piggy the whole time. Yeah, Piggy Piggy Piggy.
Yeah. I honestly think somebody else was doing that way better than I was.
But it was a good show.
Yeah, it was cool.
I enjoyed it.
I know, I'm going to hear about that forever.
Don't worry about it.
So, I mean, look behind me, guys. This is done on a flat surface. More flat Earth evidence. We're able to demonstrate that refraction can cause your beloved Earth curve.
Shout out that TV.
Shout out to the TV. I think I'll update this TV now and then with different demonstrations and so forth.
Yeah, that's cool, man.
Okay, and the next one...
Is this spider?
Yeah, the next one I think is going to be the Foucault's pendulum. Come on, there we go. Yeah, the Foucault's pendulum showing no rotation of Earth whatsoever. Globies, if Earth rotates underneath, it should always work. It won't need to get fixed, correct? Yeah. Because a pendulum is just...
Well, doesn't fixed mean faked?
Yeah, exactly. It's a parlor trick.
Huh.
And there's this motor.
Careful, you use those globy words, we might get in trouble.
And then the last one for tonight on here is me showing that it's the focal length that caused it to look like Earth. Do you see there? These are two different focal lengths. 200 millimeters, and I think the other was 15. I can't see. Yeah. But anyway, look how curved the 200 millimeter looks. It's exactly the same distance. Just the focal length was changed of the camera. That's it. And look, the one looks like she's going over a curve. The one looks flat. I wonder what that is. So an optical effect then. Anyway, I want to say thanks all for coming. Really appreciate you guys. Appreciate all the support. Thank you for hitting the likes and sharing the show. And I want to say thank you. Yeah, and thank you to the panel. And I hope you enjoy the new retro feel. So, I'll see you guys all tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow's Monday. See you guys all tomorrow night for another epic stream. Let's just hope we'll actually somehow, one day, get any glober to have the balls to come present their evidence. Well, anyway, till then, we'll just carry on waiting. Much blessings. May the pressure be with you. Cheers.
In the beginning